Workbench manufacturers are lying to you about weight capacity, not bending the truth, lying. That number stamped on the box? It assumes load conditions that don't exist in any real shop, and you're about to pay for it. So here's what that costs you in practice. A workbench that fails under real load doesn't just wobble, it warps, it shifts, and it turns every project after that into a fight. I've gone through the specs, the ratings, and the real buyer reports on the most popular options you're actually going to see when you search. 7 workbenches, 1 ranked list. By the end, you'll know exactly which one earns its price, which ones are quietly overpriced, and which one I'd actually put in my own shop. No filler. Let's get into it. Starting at number 5, the Hawk 65-inch heavy-duty workbench, and the headline number is 2,500 pounds of static load capacity. At $179.88, that sounds like an absolute steal, but here's where I pump the brakes. That 2,500-pound figure is a static load test result, meaning dead weight, perfectly distributed, nothing moving. Your actual workflow is not that, so treat it as a structural floor, not a daily promise. What you do get is real. A lockable cabinet with a pry-resistant latch, dual drawers, 3-sided pegboard, and an adjustable LED strip that runs from 3,000 Kelvin to 6,000 Kelvin color temperature. Useful. The 65-inch width gives you genuine room to spread a project out. The problem is, Hawk is a thin data story right now. Only 123 reviews at a 4.2 rating. That's not a red flag, but it's not a green light either. Not enough owners, not enough time in the field. If you need a proven workhorse with a track record, keep watching, because the next one has both the spec sheet and the receipts to back it up. The Cammoo 48-inch leads with an adjustable height claim. 10 levels, tool-free knobs, 1.34 inches per step. Marketing loves that pitch, so let's stress test it. At $199.99, you're also getting a rubberwood tabletop rated to 2,000 pounds, a built-in ETL-certified power strip with 4 AC outlets and 2 USB ports, an LED light mounted to the pegboard, and a storage shelf underneath. That's a lot of bench for the price. Genuinely. The 2,000-pound load rating on rubberwood is legitimately impressive on paper. But here's where skepticism earns its keep. With only 343 reviews and no long-term durability data available, we don't yet know if those height adjustment knobs hold firm under real load cycles or loosen over time. That's not a deal breaker, it's a known unknown. If you're a standing desk worker who also needs garage storage and power access nearby, this bundle is hard to argue with. If you're doing serious woodworking and need proven structural longevity, the unknown track record is a real risk. Rank 4 feels right, strong on features, short on receipts. Now we move up to rank 3, and this one makes a case that's actually worth hearing. The Climblocker 60-inch rolling workbench. $200. Wheels, a drawer, a power outlet, and a 3,000-pound load rating. On paper, that's a lot of workbench for the money. But here's the real question. Does mobility actually matter to you, or is it just a feature that sounds useful in the store? Because wheels add complexity. They add wobble potential. The rubber feet lock it down when stationary, which helps, but a rolling bench will never feel as planted as a bolted-down unit. 6 height settings between 29 and 39 inches is genuinely useful. That covers sit-down and stand-up work. Cold-rolled steel frame, 4 crossbars per side for lateral rigidity. The built-in power outlet is the sleeper feature here. Real-world convenience for anyone running tools mid-project. At 4.3 stars across 92 reviews, it's promising, but 92 reviews is still a thin sample. Who should buy this? Anyone working a shared garage space who needs to roll the bench out of the way? Who should skip it? Anyone who wants zero flex under heavy impact work. That brings us to the one that actually surprised me. The WENWB 4723T makes a big promise for $150.70. Built-in power, built-in light, 220-pound work surface, all in one fixed station. On paper, that's a complete workshop in a box. So, does it deliver? Mostly, yes. The enamel-coated top handles 220 pounds without complaint, and that non-marring surface actually matters. You're not scratching up finished pieces. 313 amp outlets built right into the bench mean your tools stay plugged in where you use them. No extension cord snake pile on the floor. The overhead fluorescent light sounds like a gimmick until you're working in a dim garage at 9 p.m. Then it's just obvious. 2 drawers, upper and lower shelves, and a pegboard rounded out. At 62 inches tall with a 48-inch surface, this is a serious footprint. Over 3,700 reviews back it to a 4.2 rating. That's a real sample size. The catch? It's fixed. No wheels. If your space changes, the bench doesn't. Who should buy this? Anyone building a permanent, dedicated workstation? Who should skip it? Anyone who needs flexibility. The #1 pick takes everything here and pushes it further. Here's the one that surprised me. 3.7 stars, 133 reviews. On paper, that looks like a reason to scroll past it. Don't. The Tarrying Workbench at $133 is doing something none of the others in this list managed at this price point. It ships with drawers, a pegboard, 12 hooks, an LED light, and a 4-outlet power strip with USB ports. That's a fully equipped workspace out of one box. The 600-pound total capacity is real, distributed across the tabletop, lower shelf, and drawers. You're not going to flex that frame with normal garage work. Is the lower star rating a flag? Yes. Fewer reviews means less certainty. But look at what you're getting versus what everything else charges for the same feature set. LEDs, outlets, pegboard, drawers, those are usually add-ons that cost you separately. Here, they're included at a price that makes the competition look embarrassed. If you want one workbench that's actually ready to work the day it arrives, this is it. So here's where everything lands. At the bottom, you've got options that look competitive on paper but make you pay for basics that should already be included. That's not a deal. That's a trap. Moving up, the mid-tier picks earn their price with solid capacity and reliability, but feature density drops fast once you start comparing them side by side. The value gap is real and it's not close. At the top, one option consistently delivered on every metric that actually matters. Capacity, reliability, included accessories, price to performance. No asterisks, no hidden costs. That's the one worth your money. The links are below. So here's where we land. The bottom of this ranking isn't bad, it's just expensive for what you actually get. The middle tier earns its place for specific use cases, but the winner isn't close. It outperformed products costing significantly more on the metrics that cost you money when they fail. Not aesthetics, not marketing language. Performance and value. In 2026, that combination is still rare. When you find it, you buy it. The links are below. Links are in the description. No sponsored picks, ever. Subscribe if you want the next test before the algorithm buries it in hype.